Hello and welcome back to Level Up Architects, the channel where we explore the world of architecture one architect at a time. And in today's episode, I will be showcasing the wonderful work of Kunlé Adeyemi. But before we get to that, I just want to remind everyone, Thankmas 2021 will be going down on the 11th of December, which is this Saturday, so time is very short. I hope everyone will join me in a live stream. I will be streaming for quite a bit of time alongside like 1,300 other content creators on YouTube across the world. We will be raising funds for New Story, a charity organization who builds houses for people in need. Also, follow me on your choice of social media. I will be keeping everyone up to date on what's happening on the channel on social media, so be sure to follow me there. And also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. And if you enjoyed this episode, please remember to like the video. It helps out a lot. And the little bell icon will help YouTube notify you of when I go live. So this is Kunlé Adeyemi. He is the founding principal of NLE Architects. This website is very bright, so I hope your TV is ready for this amount of color. I like their website a lot. I have to admit, it's one of the better websites I've visited in my career as a YouTube, reaction channel. But yes, this is Kunlé Adeyemi. He is a Nigerian architect and he has done some cool stuff. His practice, NLE, sort of sees the city, or in particular, developing cities as their playground for developing strategies and methods of tackling sort of rapid urbanism. They're very cool. His website also shows the whole team. And what I like about what they've done is they've also made a specific section for previous team members. And on every page for the specific project, they give credit to whoever was working on that project, which not a lot of architects do. And I really, really appreciate that and like that about them. So this is the wonderful people of NLE, and Kunlé Adeyemi is at the helm, if I can call it that. This is Black Rhino Academy. It's situated in Karatu, Tanzania, and this portion of the project was completed in 2018. So the Black Rhino Academy is an international boarding school, if I'm not mistaken, and it consists of sort of 3 main portions. And he splits it up into live, learn, and play. This specifically is the learn portion, which is classrooms, and he has developed the sort of site plan and the entire project as a village, very much like Sharon Davis from the previous episode. I'll leave a link up in the corner for you to click if you want to go and look at that. He has also used sort of a regional method of organizing the parts of his building as a little village, which usually happens in sort of circular fashion, but in this case it's not 100% circular, but everything centers around a larger open space. And I love the way he has done this with very natural materials, very beautiful, I believe it's handmade clay bricks, probably from the site itself, very much like Sharon Davis again. And these archways are something very special. I really, really appreciate them. Here you can see sort of the layout of the classrooms. That would be a specific classroom block, that would be another classroom block, and so on. I don't think they've completed all of this. To my knowledge, they've only completed these 2 portions. The way they've done those upside down arches is they hang a piece of chain under its own weight, and it will create this parabolic shape. I think it's parabolic. Mathematicians complain down in the comments if you wish about my misuse of terminology. So they hang this chain and they build the brickwork just up to where it starts touching the chain, and then they cap it with a sort of a final layer of brick on edge, which creates this lovely shape, which is also quite genius because it doesn't matter what the spacing is between these. The chain will just hang on its own and create its own shape. So the shapes look very similar, they almost look identical, but in the meantime they are different distances apart, which I quite like. So it's the classrooms. Secondly, it was a sports center, which was completed in 2020 with all the typical facilities that they need, playing fields and so on. And then also, finally, the dormitories, which was completed in 2018. The dormitories are also quite special because they house a bunch of nice furniture that he also designed specifically for this building. Again, you can see those arches, but in this case they filled up the inside of the upside down arch with glazing and timber frames. I think it's gorgeous. The interior of these spaces are quite something special as well. Here you can see some of the bunk beds. Again, this is what he's designed for the building specifically. I think it's very clever. These items look very sturdy and, well, will stand a bit of test of time. I think it looks good. I think it's reproducible. I think it's easy to manufacture, and I think it's very, very clever the way he's manufactured and designed these items. You can see some of the classroom tables as well. Even the chairs fit in perfectly, and I like the use of color. Even the bookshelves are very nicely manufactured, I think. And I like the way the steel frame fits into the desk for each child. So the next project I'd like to show is the Makoko floating school. This is a very interesting project, and this is how I got to know Kunlé Adeyemi. This school was completed in 2012, and it's situated in Lagos, Nigeria. The little part of Lagos where it's situated is called Makoko. It's sort of, there's a central lake, and there's a community that lives literally on this lake. So this school was a design choice from Kunlé to make use of the open water as a school. So it's literally producing extra real estate where there is none. I think it's very clever. So it's basically a raft that floats around on those blue drums, and it's typically an A-frame structure with several floors, and each floor has a different function, and the children can come to school on this raft, and I think it's great. I think you can see how it makes use of very basic not rural materials, but very basic materials like timber and basic roof sheeting, and I think it's very, very clever. Here you can see the first floor is there as a play space for the children. The second floor is classrooms. I think there are 4 classrooms on each floor, and the third floor consists of 2 workshops. That's it. So it's very clever. It's open air for the most part. There is a little bit of protection against the elements from like rain and sun, but it allows plenty of ventilation, and I think it's a very clever design. In the initial, here you can see how the rafts are created. They make use of those blue drums, and they build a timber frame around it that sort of binds together all of the drums. And I really like and appreciate what he's done with this school. Here you can see what this community looks like, and I think that sort of is a very, very uplifting thing to do in a community like this, because it's not too grandiose so that the community starts sort of rejecting it, but it's I think just the right scale of intervention in a place like this. This is a 3D image of the building. So what has subsequently happened after they built this? Taking into account that it's been almost 10 years since this thing has been built. So unfortunately the school collapsed due to certain weather circumstances, a lot of rain, and a lack of proper maintenance. So in the process, I think they've learned a lot from the design of the school, and what they've actually subsequently done is NLE has created revisions and iterations of this. This is MFS, Makoko Floating School number 2, which is a waterfront atlas, in this case, in Venice in Italy, and was completed in 2016. This one was used as part of the Venice Biennale's exhibition, and it was supposed to be a vessel for coming together of different knowledge bases through the use of rivers and water bodies. So I think it's quite nice. And the only thing I could criticize this project a little bit for is how it's become. It was originally a very sort of grassroots type of project, and it starts becoming a little bit commodified here and becomes something a little bit more fancy. And I still appreciate it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's lovely how they've managed to make it sort of a talking point. And there you can see how they've transported it. And here you can see the type of timber they've used. I almost want to say it's completely different to the first iteration. The first iteration, the timber was, from what I can see here, not the same quality of timber. So they've started learning and making changes to it so that this structure can last a little bit longer. I think it's fascinating. So it doesn't stop there. I'm taking you a little on a journey across the globe here with this structure. Then they went to Belgium in Bruges for MFS number 3. This is a mini floating school. Mini is the name of this river, I believe. And in this case, it was used as a school again, which I really, really like. I think that brings it back to its original intentions. So this would make use of local schools for certain periods of time. They would have a fully fledged program during the day and a fully fledged program at night for different events. During the day, classes can come through here and be taught in this structure. And I think it's gorgeous, especially considering how low-tech this is versus how sort of more formal this structure is on the other side of the river. I think it's very lovely, but they do have a similarity in terms of the verticality at play, and I think it's very clever to have placed it specifically here. And this was built by, I believe, something like 4 builders only. Like it was, if you want to know a little bit more, please go to their website and read the little descriptions. I found it to be quite enlightening and quite fascinating. Then finally, we move all the way to China in Chengdu for the Minyang floating system. And this one is called MFS 3x3 because it's 3 different, 3 additional floating schools, I guess. But in this case, they're not floating schools. The smallest one is a visitor center. The medium-sized one is an art gallery. That's why it's enclosed and properly glazed, so that the artworks in the building can be protected. And the third one is an open-air concert venue, which I find fascinating. And it's quite beautiful the way they've done it. And the 3 of them are situated around sort of a triangular-shaped plaza. And I think it's really, really well considered. Here you can see, I think during the construction phase, I just want to show what the concert venue looks like, because it's quite beautiful. Again, they make use of the system as a sort of a talking point and a point of sharing sharing of knowledge. This is what the concert venue would look like, and I believe these reeds are made of bamboo, and it might even be the case that the entire structure is made of bamboo, which is very plentiful in China. That is the MFS3. I think the floating school system is wonderful. It's the reason I found out about Kunlé Adeyemi. This was quite a popular project when I was at university. I think that will do it for today. For those of you who were watching live, I really appreciate it, so thank you. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you. I appreciate it. And ring the bell to get notified by YouTube when I go live. Also remember to follow me on your choice of social media. I will keep you up to date on what's happening on the channel. And again, please get yourself ready for the 11th of December, this Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of nice things to talk about and to show you, all centered around how to tackle the homelessness problem around the globe. Housing is a big problem, so come and join me for my Thankmas live stream. Hopefully we can have some fun, we can eat some jelly beans and enjoy the day together. If you can't make it, or if you I'll be live for a while, so I don't expect everyone to join me for the entire day. If you can just pop in for 5 minutes, say hi, donate to the charity, that would be wonderful. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!